I've communicated with a diabetic council, not the diabetic council. That's you, but a diabetic council. I have asked them, hey, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse with diabetes? And they told me what they would do. It's crazy. I don't know why they did that. I have started a graphic novel about a diabetic stuck in the zombie apocalypse. That's what all these videos are about. A lot of the drawings that are going to be shown throughout this video are me making the comic. So if you'd like to follow along and see what I'm up to, you can subscribe and read along for the low price of $2. If you want to give me more, that's cool, but you don't have to do that, man. Anyways, if you'd like to support a diabetic making a diabetic comic, that's where you can do it. Patreon/Graham Stoltz. You click it. Okay, let's get into this. So I had some comments on YouTube and Reddit. Let's see what these people got to say about surviving the zombie apocalypse with diabetes. Let's get into it. Okay, so this commenter says, I already have so much insulin in the fridge, it will probably expire before I use it all. Okay. But in an apocalypse, I'd probably just off, lol. I'm not that motivated to be alive, especially to the point where I'm extracting pig insulin or something. Okay. Yo, party at this guy's house. Why do you have so much insulin in the fridge, man? If you're not going to use it before it expires, what do you do? You don't have to buy that much. Yeah, don't yourself, dude. There's so much insulin you could be using to just survive longer. This is insane. I love this topic. What a cool idea. I'm really excited. I give this plan like a 5. Like, I mean, you have stuff. You clearly have thought about an insulin shortage or something, I hope, because you have so much insulin in the fridge, and you've thought about the pig extracted insulin, but you know, you don't really have that much motivation. So I think moving forward, motivating yourself is probably step 2 to your survival plan. Yeah, you're not really going either direction. You're not trying hard, but you're also not trying hard to work on it. Jesus. Wow, we're just going down the same road again. Use the last of your insulin to punch out. End of story. Okay. Why is everyone out here just opting out? Like, us diabetics should be fighting for a better survival chances. We should be trying harder. Why are we all just like, you know, using the last of our insulin to just not do anything? Like, you could do so much more cooler stuff, but I'm so over this. Okay, next comment. I'm done. I'm not even giving you a review. You're finished. The only way to survive would be to loot insulin requiring reconstitution. If you can keep it cold enough, it should keep for 5 to 10 years. That leaves pharmacy distribution hubs as the best source that not too many people know about. Storefront pharmacies would be sacked and looted very quick. I think looting insulin, that's like our main lifeblood. So like keeping that is kind of important. So I agree with the hustle on that, you know, get to that distribution hub, get that insulin, let's go. I also like that, you know, the commenter addressed we diabetics, like, you know, we're a big gang. If we all hung out and found insulin together, we could be like a crazy diabetic roaming faction of failed pancreas people. I give you like a solid 7 out of 10 on the survival scale. We're going to die from other things, not just insulin, man. Anyways, thank you. If civilization collapses, my plan is to go to the nearest liquor store and make sure I don't have to shuffle off this mortal coil in a bad headspace. I've got a couple friends who swear they could synthesize it in something that totally isn't a bathtub. Jesus. But my idea of fun isn't dying of tendinitis/staph infection from shooting up from random fluids they harvested from a mutilated pig and loaded into a dirty rig. That was like bars, man. You drop bars. That is really gross, though. There is a lot of speculation as to like how insulin's made. And like, I think at the beginning we used pigs. We just stole insulin from them and used it. The fact that this comment covered it is kind of cool because, you know, there's a hardy diabetic in here knowing the diabetic lore. I think now it's like produced in a lab not through pigs, but I could be wrong. I have to look into that. I'd like to do a future video about how insulin's created and how we can navigate that in the zombie apocalypse. If you want that sooner rather than later, let me know. I'll cover it. And yeah, like, you know, that is a big fear, is that once the supply chain of insulin runs out, diabetics are so screwed. For the insulin stuff, you covered a lot of interesting stuff, but when it came to your actual plan, you were talking about, you know, just going to the liquor store and just drinking it up. When it comes to surviving, not so good. Your comment is great, but I think I review your actual plan is like maybe like a 4. I would like to party with you. I like your friend's mutilated pig plan. I think they might have some better ideas. We should really confer with them to see what they want to do with you, because hey, maybe they're onto something. Okay, anyways, this comment got a reply. My plan would be to cause as much chaos as possible for as long as possible, to be honest. No chance we'd be able to survive very long. Okay, so again, I think this comment deserves like maybe a 3. We have like a future terrible raider here in the comments. They're like, dude, I'm going down, so I'm taking all of y'all with me. That is messed up, man. Maybe therapy. Maybe you need that. Stay away from me. We're not partying with you. Jesus. This commenter says, as a diabetic type 1, I only got diagnosed recently, so I'm not too sure about the strat 100%. I would definitely last a long while, though. I'm really sorry. Welcome to the world of diabetes. I hope you have all the information you need, but your strategy is kind of lacking in all the details. I'm going to give you like 1 out of 10 on your survival idea, because you're just aiming to last a long while, and you're only a recently new diabetic, so you know you got some things to figure out still. This commenter says, if the world ends, I literally have a way out attached to my hip. See y'all later, suckers. Okay. In the event of a real zombie apocalypse situation, I would probably try to stick it out to help my group until I couldn't anymore. Or I would go find some or and do my last dance. That's hella aggressive, man. Like, you could do some things if you don't have a plan. You know, maybe you have like one last final stand and you're the guy that takes down that horde of zombies and lets your friends live. Your life had meaning, man. You don't have to just opt out with your insulin pump, you crazy guy. I review this a 3 out of 10 because they opened with a way to not survive and then came back at it and said, I'm going to help people, which I'm getting whiplash here. I'd say it's a pretty shit plan. I do like helping people, so I'm a big fan of that. This commenter says, I hoard supplies. That's my only plan, but very cool about the comic. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, read it on Patreon. It's there for your viewing pleasure. I think there's only so much you can do to grab all the shit you need in a certain amount of time with the supplies that are there. And I think that's the way to go. You collect food, you collect water, you collect insulin, you collect all the diabetic stuff you need, like needles and injections, those are the same thing. I don't think that's the worst plan. Short and sweet, baby. I give it maybe like a 6 out of 10. I think the energy's there, but we just need more details. Give us some more, okay? I want to see what you would do. You got the right idea here. Thanks for the comment. So insulin is manufactured in these factories, right? A doable trip, even with a zombie apocalypse going on. More so that while traveling, I'd be spending considerable time away from major population centers, thus placing me outside of the effective hunting range of most zombies. So once I'm there, I'm giving myself a higher than 0 chance of being able to restart insulin production on at least one workstation. Then set up my main headquarters in the facility and start gathering survivors to build a community. I also know at least 2 biochemically trained people who could help me out with it, so getting to them would be part 0 of the plan probably. Wow. This is a great plan. I can't even believe this is all in your head cooking. Right off the bat, I'm going to give a numerical review to this. I really like this plan. I'm going to say it's like a solid 8 out of 10. That's a high ranking so far. That's pretty good. I really like the idea of, breaking into a facility to make more insulin. Like, you're already thinking long term. Plus, you've already thought your travel conditions down and like who's on your team. Okay, so hear me out. I'm an artist. I do 3D animation and I'm diabetic as well. I go to the gym. I'm not the best lifter. Could I be on this team? Is there some sort of qualifying skill that gets me into this car with you and your friends that are going to manufacture insulin? Because if a zombie apocalypse breaks out, I think this is the team I want to be on. I don't want to be killing people or opting out with booze. So I'd like to be part of team Let's Manufacture Insulin at Headquarters team. Yeah, you keep cooking more ideas up here. You should probably write this down somewhere where we can easily access it, please. I might need it later. Thanks for the comment. Survive on what I've got saved up, then give my kid a peaceful ending. I'd probably join him. I hope you're okay. I'm not going to give a review to this. It's not happening. Honestly, I would probably die immediately. I'm visually impaired. I'm not in shape. I'm not really capable of taking care of myself. There's a lot of dying in this plan and a lot of problems you've addressed with no solutions. So I'm going to say I give this plan like a 2. Take care of yourself. It's important. We do have diseases or a disease, but there's a lot you can do to maintain it and treat it and still live and do amazing things. And some of these suggestions I have here are from diabetics finding ways to, take care of themselves. So you can do it. I believe in you. I think it would involve raiding the local CVS/Walgreens specifically, and then going on a post-apocalyptic trip to Indianapolis, where I think Lilly makes stateside insulin. I think there are some homegrown indie labs too. Could be an interesting twist. I think there was a collective in Baltimore a few years ago that made some headlines. Okay, so this is true. I did read a story about people making their own insulin in a lab. It's pretty wild. I will definitely be covering that in the future. So I'm glad it was addressed here and you can know about it before I do the video. And also, if you're at Walgreens, I'm pretty sure that's a grocery store in America, right? So you probably got food there too. So not terrible. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for survival review ability. My significant other and I talk about this a lot. I'm excited to share this. Yay. Thank you. Hopefully your significant other and you get something out of this. I hope. What if there's a type 1 diabetic mass migration? Like everyone makes pilgrimages to the one factory in hopes that they can hold it and run it. If everyone had the same idea to go to the diabetic insulin manufacturing plants, that was not even on my list of things I would do. Maybe I'm a little bit behind on these survival plans. When it comes to your plan, I give it a 4. No, I give it a 6. You're thinking. Okay, that looks like all the comments about diabetes. Yeah, thanks for leaving all these comments. It is a very interesting problem. There's a multitude of different ways that people deal with things. Everyone's solution with it is probably equally as unique as the disease is in treating it. And I hope I covered that today with all these comments. If you didn't know, I'm working on a comic on Patreon. You can subscribe for as little as $2 or more if you'd like to, you crazy man. And you can read along. Currently, right now, I have 3 pages, but there will be more, and I will keep updating it with more pages. I have a script written down, and it's all done, so I'm just working through it 1 page at a time. Patreon.com/GrahamStoltz. That's where it is. Read it there. I hope your blood sugar is in a good place right now. If it isn't, and you're not diabetic, we might have to talk about something. It's probably not the best news. You might have diabetes. I'm sorry. Okay, bye.